Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Root Yoga Therapy. I'm Jasmine Leventhal, your pregnant certified yoga therapist, and we are here at week 15 of our pregnancy series. So I hope at this point maybe you guys started to invest in a couple blocks because we are going to need some props to help us throughout pregnancy, especially as our bellies grow and we enter into the third trimester. So if you haven't yet gotten blocks or have something similar at home you can use, I highly recommend just quickly jumping onto Amazon or going to your local sporting goods store and picking up a couple blocks to help assist you to create more space in your body, help you be more comfortable in the poses, and overall improve the quality of your practice. So this week, I am curious to know about your favorite baby books, the books that you're reading to prepare for the arrival of your little one. So if you have a favorite book that you're reading, please submit in the comments below and share with our community so we can all be on board. And hey, maybe it'll lead to creating a little book club. You never know. So today I'm thinking that we're just going to jump into a really nice flow of mobility, of strength, of breath. I'm coming off a pretty bad cold, so I'm excited to get back onto my mat, move my body, and get into my practice, and I hope you are too. So jump into something comfortable and join me on your mat. Okay, so I think today we're just going to start in a very simple cross-legged position. I'm sitting on a blanket because it's a little more comfortable and I feel like my hips are a little higher, so I can really start to bring in a little more space and length into my spine without as much effort as I would normally have to do sitting flat on my mat. So if you need some more support, you can always use a bolster, a pillow, maybe if you have blocks or something similar at home, grab those, put them under your bum, and take a comfortable seat. We're going to be here for several moments as we come into our practice, so if at any point you feel like your knees are tender, feel free to straighten your legs, get yourself comfortable. You really want to be as comfortable as your body will allow, and as much as you can. This is a really special time. It's your time to connect with yourself and of course send those lovely fetal love notes to your baby. So let's begin. So 2 suggestions here for the hands. 1, palms face down. If you're feeling like a lot of anxiety, I know that pregnancy can bring that on. Palms face down is a really good place to reconnect back with your body, connect with a sense of grounding, a stable foundation, and just bring in a little more calm and ease to those nerves. If you're feeling really open and you're kind of ready for anything, palms face up is a really nice pose to help receive. So it's just a pose that creates a little more vulnerability, a little more openness, and you're just kind of ready for whatever's coming towards you. So 2 options, palms face up or down. You decide what's most comfortable and just go with your intuition. Try not to think too much about it. I'm going to do palm face down. And then the eyes are going to soften to close. And again, when we're in pregnancy, we're just doing a natural breath pattern. So if you've practiced yoga before, we're not trying to build heat or trying to bring in any type of vigorous breath. Just do something really natural, a little intentional, a little slower, and more focused. And I think it's really nice to find that breath in and out through the nose. A safe practice is just to breathe into the belly. I love using the visualization of like really bringing space into my belly, really seeing that breath, that life and nourishment move into my baby. And just as the breath gets a little more steady, maybe you start to feel a little more steady, a little more connected. And on your next inhale, start to reach your arms up and overhead. Allow the palms to touch, release the jaw, open mouth, exhale, hands come to the center of the heart. And you can move with the eyes closed or open, your choice. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Allow the palms to gently touch, opening the jaw, exhale out the mouth. Good, twice more. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Palms touch, open the mouth, palms to center of the heart. And last one, inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, palms touch, hands to heart. And just pause here. This is a great place to just really connect with the heart space and then send a little love note to your baby. As you take your next inhale, start to reach your fingertips skyward, interlace your fingers, flip your palms up and over. Notice if the shoulders are kind of rising towards the ears. If that's happening, drop the shoulders down. Start to pull your biceps back, giving you more space across your chest. And this must feel so good. Sometimes I feel like really tight around my abdomen, or I feel like my ribs are compressed. So this is just a nice way to bring in space. And take one more inhale. As you exhale, gently release the fingers. You're going to float your left hand down. Take your right arm up and over, just finding a nice side bend. I'm on my fingertips, but you can certainly be on your hand or your palm. Taking one more breath in. Exhale, bring both arms back to center, releasing the right hand down, left arm up and over. Nice big stretch into those ribs. And just holding for a breath or two, really looking for that space. One more inhale, arms are going to come skyward. And then exhaling, hands to the center of the heart. Good, another opportunity to just check in. And then when you're ready, inhale, fingertips up overhead. Once again, interlace the fingers. This time, you're going to go one finger over from what you did before. Flip your palms, press them skyward. Notice if those shoulders are rising towards the ears and the chest is caving in. Try and do the opposite. Lift the heart forward, shoulder blades down the back. Take a few breaths here, stretching into your ribs. And we'll start with the right side first. So on the exhale, begin to float your right arm down. Reach the left arm up and over. Find that nice big stretch. Taking an in breath here. Exhale, transition. Left hand down, right arm sweeps up and over. A nice inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale as both arms go skyward. Palms press, exhale, hands to the center of the heart. Good. From here, just start to hinge the hips forward. You're going to bring fingertips to the front of you. Maybe your hands are going to go on books or blocks. Maybe you're going to start walking your body out. You're just coming into a fold. And sometimes it's nice to take a rock from side to side just to create a little more space into your back and into your hips. Now, I was so stiff. I was literally on the couch for a week with this cold. So this is feeling really nice in my body. This could also feel good if you're having some like round ligament pain and it's causing some tightness or soreness. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, very carefully walk your hands all the way back towards your shins and then stretch your legs forward. Give them a little shake out and go ahead and just point and flex the feet. My hands are just right behind my hips to support me so I'm not like rolling back. I'm still nice and lifted. And then maybe you want to roll the ankles. This can feel really good as well. And then maybe the other direction. Like yesterday, my feet were throbbing, which was a new experience. I don't know if it's because I was on my feet a lot or just, I don't know, just a random foot throbbing day. So doing a lot of mobility into my feet felt really good. Good, and now you're gonna recross your legs. Take your opposite shin in front. So this should feel a little different. If you didn't memorize what leg you had in front before, you just wanna find like an opposite feeling. Because when we come into our folds, we're gonna be stretching into opposite hip. So again, you're just gonna tilt from the hips, come forward, fingertips to the earth, and then starting to walk yourself out. And again, you can find that little rock from side to side, maybe forearms land on the ground, heart pulls forward. Just find that nice stretch into your hips, into your lower back. Breathe here. And even notice maybe the side feels a little different. Maybe you're more open, maybe more tight. And taking one more inhale. As you exhale, start to walk your hands all the way back towards your shins. Very nice. Good. Re-lengthen the legs forward. Give them a little shake. Maybe a little wiggle of the feet. And then we're just going to swoop our legs around. Actually, before we do that, let's pause here. Take a bend in the knees. Place your hands right behind your hips. And then just swivel the legs side to side. To kind of get a little more movement into the hips. I'm just being very lazy about this. So just make this feel good. Good. And now let's swivel our legs to one side. And we're going to come into a hands and knees position. So a tabletop position. And we'll start to do some spinal mobility, build a little core strength, little shoulder strength. So I like to keep the blanket on my mat. This is really nice to give me some extra padding around the knees, especially if you have like sensitivity in front of the knees. So this is good. I recommend this. If you have something similar, you can do that as well, like pillow, or maybe nothing. So hands are gonna come underneath shoulders, knees are gonna pop underneath the hips. And then as you inhale, we're gonna drop the belly, lift the chest, find that nice stretch in cow. As you exhale, round the upper back. Find your cat. Good. Next inhale, tuck the toes, press into hands, hover the knees. Next exhale, lengthen the upper back forward, find that nice stretch. Take one more inhale here, drawing the belly in. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, hands flat. Good, and that's going to be the little movement. So as you inhale, start to come forward. Exhale, soften the knees to the earth. Inhale, find your cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale, tuck the toes, press into hands, hover the knees. Exhale, lengthen upper back forward, engage your core. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Good, two more this way. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, release the knees. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, round. Inhale, tuck your toes. Lift the knees. Exhale, lengthen the spine. Inhale here, build strength. Exhale, hips high, hands flat. Good, one more like that. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, soften the knees. Inhale, find your cow pose. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale, tuck the toes, press into the hands, lift the knees. Exhale, lengthen the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, down dog. Good. So you can wiggle out your dog. If you need to step your feet back an inch or two, just do so. And just start to really find that space in your spine. Maybe softening your heels to one side or the other. Maybe walking out the legs, pedaling the feet. still getting over my cold here. Take one more inhale. Excuse me. As you exhale, carefully walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Find a fold at the back of your space. So I like to widen my stance a little bit, make room for my belly. I can feel now that these pants are a little too tight. Okay, maybe no more of these pants after today. Good. Hang out here. I'm just kind of rocking my torso side to side because I really like the stretch into my ribs. If it feels better for you to just be still, then be still. Remember, there's a lot of freedom in this practice because we're all experiencing something different. Good. If you're moving around like I just was, pause for a moment. Bend into your left knee. Plant your left hand in front of your left toes. Reach your right arm up. Find a nice open twist. Exhale, release the hand down. Right hand's going to land in front of right toes. Bend the right knee. Sweep the left arm. Nice open twist. Exhale, let it go. Let's just take one more on each side. Bend into left knee. Sweep the arm. Nice open twist, which is safe, so we're not compressing or twisting around our belly. Exhale, release. Take one more. Bend the right knee, sweep the left arm up and over. Find that nice open twist. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale very carefully, walking out to your dog. Maybe you keep that wider stance in the legs. That might be something really comfortable for you, especially as you become bigger throughout pregnancy, as the belly grows. We're not going to have the space to keep the legs closed, so wide legs is going to be the adjustment. Take one more in-breath here. Exhale, shift forward, release the knees down. Very nice. If you want to take a little child's pose, because that was kind of a lot on the strength and the flow. Have the big toes touch, knees wide, sink the hips to the heels. Again, create that space for the belly to fall, and then release the hands forward. I actually think I'm going to place my head on a block to give myself a little more space. Good. Slowly back into a hands and knees position. You can move your block or props off to the side. And if it's too much to be on your wrists, if you're having wrist sensitivity, just pop onto your knuckles whenever you feel like it. I'm fine on my hands and my wrists, so that works for me. But again, if it doesn't for you, please take adjustments. As you inhale, extend your right leg back and engage the leg a lot. Bend the right knee, push the right foot up towards the ceiling, draw the belly in as much as you can just to engage the core a little bit. And then re-lengthen the leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale, sweep the leg out, tap the toes. Inhale, glide through center, and then tap to the outside of your left leg. So you're taking this little stretch into the belly. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, out to the right. Inhale, back to center, all the way out to the left. Good, two more. Inhale, center, to the right. Inhale, center, to the left. Last one. Inhale, center, to the right. Inhale, center, to the left. Good. Pause here with that leg reaching towards the left edge of your mat. And then go ahead and walk your hands over to the left edge. So you're creating a deeper stretch through the right side of your body. And take one more inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands back to center. Lift the back leg, bend the knee, and release. Good. You're going to walk your hands carefully back towards your knees and come to a stand on your shins. We'll take a gentle back bend here. So hands are going to come to the lower back, and you're going to slowly start to shift back, elbows hug in, and just find a gentle camel pose. Find that nice little stretch across the belly, all the way up and down the front of the body. As you exhale, pull your way back to center, and then maybe take a seat back on your heels. If it's too much to sit all the way down on your heels, this would be a time to have a block or something similar nearby, and you would use that to sit on instead. Pause here, take a moment, recollect your breath. Good. Slowly come back up. If you have your prop, just shift it off to the side. Come back into your hands and knees position. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Bend the left knee, press the left foot skyward, so you really encourage yourself to engage your glute. So if the leg's down here, the glute's not that engaged, but once you lift it, you really can feel the glute turn on. Then re-straighten the leg. As you exhale, sweep the left leg out to the left, tap the toes. Inhale, sweep it all the way through, out to the right. Good. 3 more. Inhale, center, all the way to the left. Inhale, center, all the way to the right. Last 2. Inhale, center, to the left. Inhale, center, to the right. Good. Last 1. Inhale, center, to the left. Inhale, center, to the right. Pause here. Walk your hands to the right edge of your mat, and then pull your left hip back. So you're finding that little stretch into the left side of your body and left side of your belly. Last 2 breaths. Carefully walking your hands back to center. Lift the back leg, release the knee down. Walk your hands all the way back to your knees. Come to that standing on your shin. Bring your hands to the low back. Inhale, pull the heart forward, lean back, open up. Take 1 full breath here. Exhale, come back to center, and either sit on your block or sit on your heels. And this is just also a really nice stretch for the quads. So breathing here. Maybe you want to rub your belly. Maybe you want to put both hands on belly. Again, just kind of do what feels good. Maybe hands are just resting on your lap. And then when you're ready, reconnect, open your eyes. Good. Come back into that hands and knees position. Now this is a great place to bring blocks or books in. Have them under both hands, especially again as your belly grows. It's going to be much harder. It's going to be much harder to drag the foot through because the belly is going to be getting in the way. So you might have to step around. You might have to lift yourself. So really just think about how you can make the practice a lot more beneficial for you and also create more ease. As you inhale, sweep your right leg all the way back. Exhale, bend the right knee and land the foot to the outside of your mat. Tuck your back toes, drop the left knee back, and lift your chest. So again, I love this stretch. I know I taught it in a different session we did together, but it's so good on getting some of that groin pain, that groin tightness So I really love this stretch to get into the hips. Now again, you want to be careful about pushing yourself too far past your edge. You really don't want to, because we already have the relaxin hormone in the body that makes us more limber and more flexible. So it's not about gaining more flexibility necessarily. It's really about just keeping mobility and finding a little relief. So know your edge. And even if that means you know you can go onto your forearms and make this a much deeper pose, maybe it's wise to back off and just really allow the stretch to be to meet you right where you are. Good. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, just gently shift the hips slightly away from the front of your mat and walk your right foot towards the midline. So you're going to realign so blocks are on either side of the foot. Press down into the right heel, tuck your back toes, lift your back leg, and then work your front leg straight. Love the hamstring stretch. Pull the heart forward and really feel that space across the back of the leg. We'll start to move a little more dynamically. So take an inhale here, a back leg doesn't move. Exhale, bend the knee, drop the hips. Inhale, legs straight. Exhale, bend the knee. Good. Inhale, legs straight. Exhale, bend. Take one more. Inhale, legs straight. Exhale, bend. Good. Re-soften your left knee to the earth. Untuck the back toes. And then inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over. Find that nice side stretch. Taking one more inhale here. And then exhale, both arms back center. Inhale, bring palms together. Interlace the fingers if you'd like. I like to do all but index finger and thumb. And then find that nice long reach like an arrow. Full breath in. Exhale, lengthen forward, hands down. Now, since we're not going to go into a twist, we're going to do an opposite twist. You're going to bring the hand, or a counter twist, a hand to the inside of the foot. And then, so right hand to the inside of the right leg and foot, open up. It's kind of like a variation of side angle pose. But we're just going to be here, finding that little stretch. Take one more inhale. Exhale, start to rock the body back to center. And then slide the right leg out and through. Now this could be a good time to either transition into a down dog if you want something a little stronger, or shift back into a child's pose if you'd like something a little softer. I'm using my block here today. And then coming back to center line. Good. Bring both blocks back underneath the hands. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Exhale, bend the left knee, land the foot to the outside of the mat. Tuck the back toes, drop the knee back an inch, and scoop the heart forward. Breathe. Again, be mindful of how deep you go in these poses. I can definitely move deeper. I know my body can. I'm just not going to push it. I'm feeling plenty of stretch here, and that's really all I want. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, shift out of your hips, walk your left foot back to the midline, and bring both blocks to align your foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and work your left leg straight. Now a good time to maybe change the height of the blocks. Give yourself a little more space. As you exhale, bend nice and deep into the left knee, drop the hips. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, bend nice and deep. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Pause here in the bent position. Release the right knee down. Untuck the back toes. Inhale, arms reach up and over. Exhale, left hand down, right arm lifts. Good. Find a nice deep stretch into the right side body. As you exhale, both arms center. Inhale, palms press. Interlace all but index finger and thumb. Pull your biceps back, sink into your hips, lift your heart. One more breath. Exhale, lengthen forward, hands to blocks. Let's take that counter twist. So, left hand's gonna move to the inside of the left foot, and you're gonna have that knee and arm touch. Right hand to right hip, and just stack your shoulder blades. Open up, create a lot of space here, and invite some spinal rotation. If it's okay on your neck, feel free to gaze up. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Coming back to center. And then slide the left leg out and through. Same options. You can work in your down dog or bring hands to the earth, tuck the toes, and extend the hips. And then if you're working child's pose, you're gonna release the knees down, big toes touch, hips to heels. So your choice. Take one more inhale. Exhale, find your way back into tabletop position. If you're in down dog, stay there. Tuck your toes, lift your hips if you're not. And then we'll all walk our hands all the way back towards our feet. Find that forward fold at the back of your space, maybe widening your feet an inch or two. Inhale, heart pulls forward, coming up halfway. Really draw length into the spine. Exhale, refold, chest over or in between thighs. And one more. Inhale, heart pulls forward. And then gently bend the knees. Walk the hands to the top of the thighs and come all the way to a stand. Very nice. Take a moment. If you need to take a little water break, grab a water. If you need to pause this and go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. Whatever you need to do is okay in our safe yoga space. Once you get back on your mat, we're going to take a wide stance. This time, isn't this a fun little piece of hair? This time we're going to have the heels in and the toes out. So we're going to set up for goddess pose. So a really great pose to build strength in the legs, to build steadiness with our breath, to embrace challenge, all those things that we're likely going to face when we deliver. So heels in, toes out. And I'll hide this little wire so you guys don't have to be distracted by that. Tuck you in there. All right. Bend the knees, drop the hips, and then pull the heart forward. So this is a great place. We're going to just do some really gentle twisting. No deep twisting. We're not trying to crunch the belly space, but we want to have a little rotation. So take an inhale here. Exhale, drop the right shoulder, open the left chest. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. One more. Inhale, center. Exhale. Good. Inhale, center. Root down into the heels. Lift the heart. Now float the hands to the heart space. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Drop the hips. Whew. Breathe. So try not to let the knees cave in. That's a common thing that happens. Really use your outer hip muscles and glutes. Pull those knees over second and third toe. Last 3, maybe sink a little lower. Last 2, pulse one more. Last 1, and all the way up, hands down. That was good. Bring the feet together. Like I said, I'm still getting over this cold, so my heart right now is pumping. Let's take our wide-legged stance. Rotate your left toes out, right toes turn in. We're setting up for our warrior 2 position. Be mindful of this back hip. Drop that hip in. Bend into your left knee. Find a lot of space into the inner groin. Arms are gonna float wide. I really want to continue working the legs, especially now that we have a little blood and heat building in the legs. Inhale, arms float wide. Next breath, inhale, arms up overhead. Crisscross the arms, reach them wide. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, crisscross the arms, reach them wide. 3 more, inhale. Inhale. Open up, exhale, last 1. Inhale, reach, and exhale. Good, keep the arms lifted, straighten the front leg. Roll those left toes in, turn the right toes out, bend the knee. Warrior 2 here. Find that nice strong stance. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, open wide. 4 more. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, open wide. Inhale, arms reach. And open wide. Last 2. Inhale. Continue to take that breath out of the mouth like I just did. That's fine. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Keep the arms wide. Straighten the front leg. Rotate the toes in. Full breath in. Gaze up. Exhale. Fold in. Grab the outer ankles. And hang out here. Good. Gently release the hands back to the center of the mat. Bend into left knee. Extend right leg. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, bend into right knee. Extend left leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend. And center. Bend. 1 more on each side. Center. Exhale to bend. Inhale, center. Exhale to bend. Inhale, center. Pull the heart forward, hands to hips, all the way up to a stand. Nice work. Step the feet together. Let's practice our tree pose. Especially now, most of us are showing, even if you're not showing so much, you might feel like your balance is starting to get a little off. And it's a good way to start practicing having this load or this weight at the front of the body. It does throw off the alignment, and it does throw off our balance. So if you need to step off your mat in order to find a more stable foundation on a floor, that's fine. And there'll be different variations of tree. So the first variation, we're gonna have our left leg as our standing leg. You're gonna take the ball of the foot and heel to the inner ankle. And that's really gonna help support you because you have one foot tapping on the floor. You don't wanna be sinking into your hip. I know it's tempting, especially with that flexibility. So pull that outer hip in, really engage. If you feel pretty steady, you can start to float that foot to the inner shin. If you want to go further, catch the shin, woo, and float that foot to the inner thigh. You do not want that foot to be on the knee or pressing anywhere around the knee joint. So either above or below the knee works. Hand to the heart. Try not to cave over. Try and stand nice and tall. And if you feel ready, keeping palms together, extend the fingertips skyward. And then if you want to play with your balance more, you're feeling pretty strong and steady here, you can start to shift your gaze. Woo, once you shift your gaze, that can really throw things off. Probably best to find a point that doesn't move. Take 1 more inhale here. As you exhale, if the hands are overhead, bring them to the heart, and then gently float the foot down. Shake out that standing leg. Nice work. Okay, so opposite side. Now you're standing on your right leg, and the left foot will be the one that's in the balance. So either the ball of the foot is down and you're balancing with the heel, or you're taking that foot to inner shin, you're catching, my balance a little off. You're catching the left shin and you're placing that to inner thigh. Whew. Finding that equilibrium. Hands are going to come to the heart, chest is going to lift. And when you're ready, maybe you're floating arms overhead. And then when you're ready, maybe you're shifting your gaze. Very nice. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, releasing the hands. And releasing the foot. Good. Shake out that standing leg. Very nice job. So at this point in our pregnancy, if you're in second trimester, it is avoided to lay flat on the back. So we're not going to do any bridging. That's why I really like doing the variation of camel. Just because, again, it's a vertical back bend. And then, of course, we're not doing anything on our belly because as the belly grows, it can become compressive. So I'm really trying to avoid those things. So in places where we're standing, we can find some back bends here. So we're going to do some half Surya Namaskara A's or half sun salutation A's and add a little back bend. So on the inhale, reaching the arms up, and you really want to find that back bend. So lift the heart skyward, open the chest. You can really grab a lot of length. Try not to overstretch in your belly. And then as you exhale, just folding in. If you need to widen the feet, just do so. Inhale, heart pulls forward, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to the feet, rise up, maybe taking one more back bend. And exhale, hands to heart. And we'll just do that twice more. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, rise up, reach arms, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold in. Root down, rise up, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Really nice. Pause here. Just taking a moment to reconnect. Sending a little breath and a little love to your baby. And then reopen the eyes. Very nice. So we're going to set ourselves up for a really nice rest. We're going to come onto the floor, open up the hips, but before we do, I just want to have our props nearby. So if you have a body pillow, go ahead and grab it. And something similar, maybe if it's your pregnancy pillow, grab that. Or if you have a couple blocks, you'll be using those as well. So we're just going to have those nearby. We are going to set them up like a T shape. So actually, I'm going to do more like this. More like an upside down T. And then I'm going to lay my my bolster as so. So now I'm on an incline to have a lot more support. I'm going to bring my hips to the base of the bolster, and then soles of the feet together, slowly start to come down. Now, if this is not supportive for your neck, you can grab a blanket or a pillow and place that across the top of the bolster. Okay. So this should feel really good. It's a really nice place to open the inner and outer hips. It's a really nice place to breathe into the baby, to breathe into the belly. So I love having my hands right here on my belly and just connecting with that expansion. And just finding that sense of grounding. And bringing the hands to the outer knees, you're going to start to draw the knees in. Walk the feet out as wide as your mat and just drop the knees over to one side. So my knees are facing the right. I'm going to extend my left arm up so I can get a deeper stretch. And then maybe shifting my gaze or my neck or head over towards my right shoulder. And taking one more inhale here. Exhale, float the left hand down, bring the knees back to center, drop them to the left. Find that stretch and reach the right arm back, gaze towards left shoulder. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, come back to center, hand down, bring both knees in, and then walk the feet in. Now you can rest right here. This is a wonderful place. If you want to go back into that butterfly because that feels really good for you, do that. If you feel okay with the legs straight forward, do that. And we're going to take our little rest here. You can stay here for as long as you like. I highly recommend a minimum of 5 minutes of rest and meditation. So maybe you set your timer. And then if you can stay for longer, that's wonderful too. Excuse me. And then once you're ready to come out, you're going to bend your knees if the legs are straight. Shift your hips to one side. Go to your left side to come up, just because of that vena cava. That brings the blood to the baby. That brings a lot of nourishment to the baby. So it's important, maybe just be mindful to move to the left side. And then slowly come all the way to a seat. Soften the eyes to close, maybe finding a nice cross-legged position, and just taking a moment to really honor your practice, the time you spend focusing and devoting these little love breaks to your baby and to yourself. Now, thank you for joining me on my first day back from coming off of a nasty cold and for week 15 of our pregnancy series. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and continue to follow the practice throughout your pregnancy and beyond. If you like what we're doing and you want to continue joining each and every week, please subscribe to our channel, and of course leave comments below on maybe some things that you're challenged with in your body throughout pregnancy, and I'll do my best to address some of these in some of the classes that we offer. So if there's certain poses that I think can help for back pain you might be having, hip pain you might be having, neck pain, breathing issues, please comment below and I'd be happy again to address them in future videos. Thanks again for joining, and namaste.